Now, imagine going out and buying yourself a Nintendo Switch OLED just for a new console to drop, which makes yours feel, well, dated. Is your trusty OLED about to become a dusty relic now the Switch 2 is finally here? By the end of this video, we're going to be finding out if the Switch 2 is worth spunking all of your hard-earned money on, or if the lack of content out there for the new generation in the Switch's family is really weighing it down. Okay, so Nintendo decided to stop giving us mild console variation upgrades and actually made something that's kind of spicy. The Switch 2 is rocking a bigger and brighter screen, a chunkier battery, faster loading times, and actual performance gains, like real gains. Not like we've changed the screen and called it an innovation kind of gain. Meanwhile, the OLED's like, hi, I've got a sexy high-def screen and OG Switch nostalgia. What more do you want from me? And to be fair, it's still a solid little beast, but the Switch 2 is out here doing push-ups while the OLED's still trying to load directions to even get to the gym. So, on that topic, let's talk performance. If you've ever played The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom on an OLED, or any Switch one for that fact, and watched it turn into a PowerPoint presentation every single time the game sneezes, again, if you know you know, the Switch 2 basically came up and said, no more slideshows, it runs smoother, loads faster, and actually lets games breathe without melting into a puddle of pixels. This means less frame rate chugging, and more time actually enjoying the game, instead of staring at Link stutter like he's buffering on bad Wi-Fi. Now we get onto the super fun topic of pricing, which is where this starts to go downhill a little bit. And this is where the catch is. A big, expensive, Nintendo knows you're weak kind of catch. The Switch 2 is going to cost more. I mean, a lot more. And if you're ready to sell a kidney, or maybe 3 old Joy-Cons in your gaming laptop you've got in the cupboard, then you might be able to get one. Otherwise, that OLED is looking really comfy right now. Here in the UK, a Switch 2 without any games is just shy of £400. £395 to be exact. But the OLED Switch is only coming in at £309. The difference might not seem so huge, but when you factor in the price of games, it makes a massive difference. Switch 2 exclusive games are coming in at around £70 a pop. Mario Kart World is $74.99 here, and standard Switch games only come in at around £55. So God forbid a man wants to buy Mario Kart World if you could only just afford the console. You're going to be waiting a while. Will the Switch 2 make your OLED seem obsolete? I think the short answer for that is no. I don't believe it will. However, the long answer is, it depends on you. The reason I wanted a Switch 2 so badly is because of how much I love certain franchises like Mario Kart and Zelda. The next installments to those games are Switch 2 exclusives, like Mario Kart World and the new Hyrule Warriors that is coming out in November. And they are Switch 2 exclusives, which really does suck because I would have just played them on my OLED. But if the lower frame rate really doesn't bother you, and there's not much coming out that you really want that is exclusive to the new console, I don't personally see the point in upgrading to the Switch 2. The OLED is still fine, it looks beautiful, the screen is fantastic. It's just struggling with its performance. But is the Switch 2 worth the upgrade if you've already sold a couple of organs on the black market? If you want top tier performance, better frame rates, and able to boast to your friends about your 4K output on your Nintendo Switch, then fuck yeah, go for it, do it. Because it is a good console. I love it, it's great. Even some of the Switch games that I've got already, like Mario Galaxy, which came out recently, it has a free update on the Switch 2 to make it run smoother. And for me, that's worth everything. I'm really funny with frame rates and lag. It ruins a game for me. So for me, it was a huge win and definitely worth it. But if your OLED is still treating you right and still scratching the right places on your back, don't feel bad about staying loyal to your OLED. You're not missing out on that much, at least not yet. Anyways, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Smash that like button if you enjoyed it and subscribe for more stupid, strange content. And I'll see you beautiful nerds in the next video. See you later. Bye.